Alright, so in part 3 here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Google Sheet. And again, if this hasn't popped up yet, you can always go into your Google form and hit View Responses, which will create your sheet. Now, this first part I'm going to go over, it's not required, but I highly recommend it. So when you create your sheet, the titles of all your questions here are probably going to be way out of order from how you have them on here. And it's just a weird little bug that's in the system. So the way to get around this is to go ahead and close out of the sheet. We're going to go back to where we have that sheet saved, and we're going to delete it. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the Google form. We're going to go to Responses and change response destination. And then we're just going to hit New Spreadsheet, Create. And then, let's see, it should pop one up here. And so we can go ahead and open that. And again, you can go to View Responses if you'd like. And now the all the questions will be in the order that you actually have them on the form. And that'll help out a lot in our next step when we actually go to merge everything. So, okay, so now that we have everything in order, we're going to go to this thing here called Add-ons. And this is the program that we need, AutoCrat. You're probably not going to have it, so go to Get Add-ons, type AutoCrat, and this will pop up, this little guy here. Mine's already installed, so it's just managed, but yours will probably say free. So go ahead and install that, and once it's installed, you can go here, go to AutoCrat Launch. And then on the side here over to the right is the window will pop up, which will manage all these AutoCrat jobs. And you're going to want to start a new one. And then the first thing it's going to do is ask you, to choose a template. And the template is going to be the form that you created, the Google Doc that you created. So we're going to do that. And you have to find the folder that you put it in. And digitized form, we're going to select that. So now it's going through and looking for all these tags, and then it's also looking for in this in the form all the questions. So you go ahead and name it whatever you want. And this job, so this AutoCrat job will only apply to this spreadsheet. So you don't have to name it anything too specific. You'll have them all listed over here. Now here's where having everything labeled. So even the question, parent 1, first name, delegate last, parent 1 first. This is where this really comes in handy. So these tags here all come from the Google Doc, and these drop downs all come from the questions. So the tag we need is delegate first. So delegate first name, delegate last name, delegate delegation. And so you can go ahead and go all the way down and do all these, which I'll do here in a second. But what you want to make sure is that if you don't have all your questions here, you're going to have to go back and rerun all this AutoCrat after you've filled them all out here. So make sure you actually do have a question for each tag. So once you've gone through and filled all these out, and on your registration forms, you'll probably have 50 or 60, so it'll take you a minute or two to get them all. But make sure they're all done, and you want to double check, make sure that they actually are all correct. And then go ahead and hit save. And then then this whole program is the magic, but here's the real magic behind it all. So first thing is it's going to create a document, and we can name that document whatever we want. So the way we do it is first delegation. Whoops. And then I don't use any special characters here. I just use a space between each thing because I think it doesn't work. It might mess it up, like the name. If you use a dash or something. So just delegation, then the delegate's first name, space, delegate last name. And then that way all you have to do is go through and check off, okay, so-and-so actually submitted their form. Now, what gets processed, you could make it a Google Doc or a PDF. I like to make it a PDF because it then there's no way, like, they can't say, like, we changed it or something like that. And then here's the nice part. So this will go into the folder that we created here in a second. But we can also have the option to email it. So we send it to, parent last name, where's the parent email address? Parent1 email, And you can send it out, and then you can hit comma and someone else. We send it out to the parent and the delegate. Subject, your... Alright, so you put in your the email and then the header, the subject line, and then you can give them, here's the email, list of instructions, things to do. The nice thing about this area is you can also add HTML. So if you know what you're doing, go ahead and, just put your HTML code in there. If you don't, I wouldn't even attempt it. Just go ahead and put in some basic, information like you normally would. And then right below this is what they're going to get. And so what I like to do again is send a PDF file so that it cannot be changed. But there's other things if you want to practice with other things later and get more advanced. So we actually send them a PDF attachment of the registration packet. We're going to go into advanced settings. And I'm going to skip over this for just a second and go to the destination where we're going to save all our documents. And so now this is where we pick this folder right here. So we're going to add folder, and you might have to find yours. Mine, I just created it, so it's right there. I'm going to select that. And now, so the parents will get a copy, and then all our copies will end up in this folder right here. And so there's no need now for them to print it out and give it back to us because we already have it. I'm not going to go over the secondary folder key here. And then what I like to do is do it as soon as forms are submitted. Check this. Then that way they'll actually get the email within about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Or you could do it like to just do it once a day or something. But no, it's a lot easier to just do it as they're coming along. But if you accidentally forget to check this, don't worry. I'll show you how to get around that. You can always edit this template thing here and come back and click it. But a sort of an advanced thing is, let's say you want to add a second folder and you have a question, does your child have special needs? And you want only the ones that are yes, so you're going to put them in that folder. So you can do, let's say here, you look for question is, does child have special needs? And if that equals yes, it'll only merge those documents. If it's a no, it'll just skip over it. And that's it for the AutoCrat. If you did everything properly, it should run just fine. So go ahead and click Save. And then you'll see it'll pop up over here to the right, the actual job. And so let's say for a second here you forgot to click do it as they come in, and you have, you sent it out and you have like 10 parents who already filled it out and they're like, we never got anything. You can go ahead and just run the merge and it'll do everything that popped up, and then you can go to edit and edit it and click on that thing, do it as they come in. But that's about all. So you're going to want to do a test run, which we'll do here in a second. But that's the magic. And once you have this all completely done, everything else is just straight automation.